Hello, my crafty friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn Pitts with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. In my previous video, I showed you 4 elegant boxes for layered cards. In today's video, we're going to make the gift box with belly band. I have gathered my materials, so let's get started.
There are tons of videos out on YouTube that show you how to make the basic box structure, which is quite simple. However, I was inspired by Sam from Mixed Up Craft. This is a box that we're going to make. The belly band I added because I wanted to show off this beautiful rosette. If you look on the side of this box, you notice that the top of the box is shorter than the bottom, which means that you can have alternating colors if you want. You can have a red down here and a blue on the top, or you can keep it monochromatic like I have here. And with this gift box, the top comes off just like so. To make this box, you will need the following. 2 pieces that measure 8 inches by 2. This will be the belly band. For the lid, you'll need a piece of paper that measures 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and you want to score 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. For the base, you'll need a piece that measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we're going to score 1 inch on all 4 sides. However, I want to wait because there's something that we need to do to prep this before we score it. You will need your decorative pieces for the outside top and bottom, as well as the inside top and bottom panels, as well as the spines. And you'll need your pieces for the belly band. So I'm going to set these pieces aside, and we're going to work on the lid first. For the lid, you've scored 3/4 inch all around. What we're going to do is cut right up here on this score line, just like so, to the first score line where they intersect. And then what you want to do is cut off a sliver, just like so. Okay, and you want to cut off a nice sliver on the side. Okay, so we're going to cut up to the first score line. We're going to cut off a sliver and then a sliver. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. Now that you have all of your pieces cut and tapered, you want to go ahead and fold along the score lines. Now that we have all of the score lines folded and burnished, we're going to go ahead and fold in these tabs in just like so to create a basic box construction. So you want to put your glue on this tab, and then you want to fold in like so. Okay, you want to move to the next side. You want to put glue on this tab. And I'm going to finish gluing the rest of the tabs to create our lid. Now that we have our lid complete, I want to go ahead and put on the decorative panels. I'm going to ink the box first. I've inked all of the sides of the boxes, so let's glue these panels down now. I have the decorative panels glued onto the lid and the inside of the lid, and these pieces measure 6 inches by 6 inches, and the spine is 1/2 inch by 6 inches. So let's put this aside and we'll begin working on the base of the box. For the base of the box, you will need a piece that measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. We need to score 1 inch all around, but before we do that, what we need to do is cut off just a sliver. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off on one side, and we're going to turn the paper around, and we're going to score off just a sliver. And a sliver for me is about 1/8 of an inch or less. See, it's this much. Okay, so we can put our cutting board aside. We're now going to score this on 1 inch on all sides. We are going to fold and burnish our score lines. Now what we're going to do is cut along the score line, very similar to what we did for the top of the box. So we're going to cut up to the first score line, and we're going to taper it off, take out that little slice, and then you want to cut a piece off on that side. And you want to do this for all 4 sides. Now we want to glue these tabs in to create the base, just like we did for the bottom of the box. So grab your glue, These boxes are so simple to make. Now that our base of the box is complete, we can go ahead and glue down the decorative panels. Now for this, I'm only including a decorative panel on the back and the inside of the box because I want the white part to show. So I'm not going to put decorative paper here. Okay, so let's just glue this down. Okay, now what I want to do is ink the base of this box. Okay, so now we can put on the lid, and you'll see that this top fits on perfectly, just like so. And you can see the contrast of the white here. Okay, the last step that we need to do is the belly band, this piece here. So you want to grab your pieces. I needed a piece of paper that measured 16 inches long, so I didn't have that. So I'm taking two pieces, 8 by 2 inches, and I'm going to attach them together. I've just put a 1/4 of an inch score tape here, or you could use glue if you like, whatever works best for you. And I'm going to slightly overlap them where the score tape ends. Okay. What I want to do is turn my box over. I want to try to position this centerpiece that's gathered right in the middle. And then I'm just going to wrap these pieces around like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to lightly burnish where the folds are. I'm going to put this aside. Now that we have the score lines slightly marked, what I'm going to do is go ahead and fold along those score lines. I'm just going to eyeball it, making sure that I line up the pieces so that they're even. And just take my bone folder, and I'm going to fold along this piece here. Okay, I'm going to do that to the other side. Okay, so there we go. Now that the belly band is complete, we can now begin adding on the decorative panels. Before we do that, I have gone ahead and inked along all of the edges on the front and the back. So the first piece we're going to put down is the largest piece, and you're only going to need one piece. This measures 6 inches by 1 3/4. So that's going to go right in the center. So that will be the back of our box. This has a 1/4 inch border around. And then we have these side panels. These measure 7/8 by 1 3/4, and you're going to need 4 pieces. You're going to need 2 for the outside and 2 for the inside. So we've glued on these panels. Before we glue on these last 2 panels, I want to flip this over and I want to grab my box. I want to attach the belly band, okay, because we have to add magnets and you want to make sure that you have them aligned in the perfect spot. So I'm going to put glue in the center here, right in between the score lines, okay, and you want to make sure that the entire back panel is glued to the back of the box, and you want to get it in the center of the box. So I'm going to turn this over and put it down just like so. I want to hold it up, and then where you've scored should fit into place perfectly. Okay, so let's burnish this, and we're going to turn this over. This belly band will have a nice sizable flap. I have these magnets. These are by Basic Gray. These are the larger magnets. So I'm going to take out one positive, put that there, and then we need one negative. Hold these belly band pieces together so that they're perfectly aligned. And then I'm going to take the positive, I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to put the negative on top. Make sure that it's nice and aligned, and then burnish. Next, I'm going to take my decorative panel for this piece right here, And this measures 3.5 by 1 3/4. So now that we have this panel done, let's work on the other side. I've added in another piece of score tape just to hold this magnet down. So we're going to put this panel right here. This is also 3.5 by 1 3/4. Okay. Give that a nice burnish. You want to make sure that it's glued down well around the magnet. We're going to put this right here. And once again, this measures 7/8 of an inch by 1 3/4. This large outside panel here measures 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. And the reason this panel is larger than this side here is because I wanted to have at least a 1 inch overlap. I'm going to finish gluing on the rest of the pieces inside, and I will be back with the final project. I have completed my card box with belly band. I really love the way this turned out, and I've just used scraps of paper that I had left over from the Dulce collection to decorate this. Inside we have our belly band panels decorated. They're held together with magnets, and this is the way it looks on the back. And as a reminder, this is the way I've decorated my gift box with belly band. I've included this mint green ruffle trim. I've added in a line of pearls all around the back, and then I use this beautiful crepe paper rosette, and I've decorated it with fun layers.
This concludes my tutorial of my card gift box with belly band. I've also included samples of the other boxes that I've shown you in previous videos. Please be sure to join me tomorrow where I show you how to make the card pizza box. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully I've inspired you with some fun and creative ideas. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.